Hey guys, so today I want to talk about opening the detox and drainage pathways. This might be something that you have not heard of before, but it is really crucial when you are going through a healing protocol and you're looking at, removing toxins from the body, things like bacteria, parasites, candida. Before we do that, it's so important and absolutely necessary to ensure that these drainage and detox pathways are open. Number one, we're going to have much better results. Number two, you're not going to feel as bad. And if we're not getting, the toxins and things out of the body, then they're obviously recirculating in the body, which can damage the cells and can also just make you feel really bad. So there's something called the drainage and detox funnel. And at the bottom of this funnel is your colon. So I'm going to go through like the 5 different sort of layers or levels to this funnel. So at the bottom is your colon or your large intestines. And that is very important because if that is not working properly and your colon is backed up, so to speak, then everything else is going to be backed up. So think of it this way. When you're constipated, you have basically this backlog of toxins that are trapped in your body and they're recirculating in your body and they're actually making you more toxic. So the key is you have to be having regular bowel movements. Regular means 1 to 3 times a day to remove the toxin. So you want to make sure that you're hydrated, that you're eating plenty of vegetables for fiber, that you're doing things like chewing your food well, sitting down when you eat so that your body can be in sort of a rest and digest state. All those things are going to help you digest your food better. So that's really important. And that is probably one of the most common things that I see when I work with clients is they have sort of made themselves believe that having a bowel movement 1 or 2 times a week is normal for them. That's not normal for anyone. So that's kind of the first place that we start is getting you regular. And that in and of itself, I promise you, will make you feel like a totally different person. So that's number one. The colon is at the bottom of this detox and drainage funnel. The next level or the next thing that we look at are the liver and the bile ducts. And so your liver processes toxins and releases them into either your bile and or your bloodstream. And then these toxins are moved into the blood and filtered through your kidneys. They're removed through the kidneys, eliminated through the urine. Toxins that actually get moved into the bile are ultimately released into your digestive tract and they're excreted through your stool. So one of the things that you can do that is helpful is making sure you're having plenty of healthy fats in your diet because that helps you make more bile and it keeps things kind of moving. So taking omegas and then eating foods, like salmon, avocados, nuts, olive oil, avocado oil, things like that are helpful. The next step in this detox and drainage funnel is the lymphatic system. And so your lymphatic system, think of it kind of like the highway system that carries all of the waste from your tissues. So then the waste are kind of dumped into the kidneys, the liver, and then we eliminate them through urinating and bowel movements. Now, one of the ways that we can sort of activate our lymphatic system to keep the lymph fluid moving is through exercise. One of the key things, you may have seen this before, is jumping. This is why you see people using trampolines or a rebounder or even a jump rope. That can stimulate movement of lymphatic fluid. The other things that you can do to kind of improve lymphatic flow are massage. Dry skin brushing helps to stimulate lymphatic flow. And then infrared saunas actually help to warm up the lymphatic fluid in your body and get it flowing better. So all of those things are great things to do to improve the lymphatic flow and support the lymphatic system. The fourth component of this detox and drainage funnel are your organs and your tissues. Now, the main thing that we look at here with the organs is the brain. Because in case you didn't know this, the brain actually has its own lymphatic type system. It's called the glymphatic system. It's like you just add a G to the front of lymphatic, and it's called the glymphatic system. And that clears out cellular waste and fluids. And we have these cells there called the glial cells, and they play this really big role in cleansing your brain tissue and kind of like draining out the trash. This is really important because when we have buildup of this, let's just call it trash, toxins, chemicals, so to speak, that is actually associated with Alzheimer's, which obviously nobody wants to get. So this is something that's really important that we need to kind of focus on. And the way that we do that is through getting proper sleep, because that is the main time that our brain and this glymphatic system is activated and really just cleanses our brain. It's at night. This is when our brain detoxes. So sleep must be a priority. And then the fifth and final component really at the top of this funnel, this detox and drainage funnel, are your cells. And this is really important because your cells are at the very top, because if everything is not working below and the waste and toxins are not being eliminated, they're accumulating in the body, that's going to really affect your cells and damage your cells. And so what can happen is you can get this, what we call mitochondrial dysfunction. So the mitochondria in the cell is like the powerhouse of the cell. And that's what produces energy. It's what helps your cells have energy to function the way that they should. It gives you energy. And we know that most all diseases, at the core of most all diseases, there's cellular dysfunction and there's also inflammation. So this is why it's so important to keep your cells healthy and not loaded with toxins and chemicals. So you can see the importance of this whole detox and drainage funnel. And this is one of the things that when I work with clients, in particular, when we do GI map testing, one of the biggest things that we look at and work on is opening these detox and drainage pathways. But I will say this, if you are not having regular bowel movements, you know already without any kind of testing that your detox and drainage pathways are not open. So if that's the case, there are some things that we can do even without testing to go ahead, of course, and get your detox and drainage pathways open and you having regular bowel movements, detoxing the liver, those type things. So if that sounds like you, then reach out to me. Even if you're not ready for testing, we can do some things to help improve your detox and drainage pathway. So I hope that this was helpful to you, and reach out with any questions. You guys have a great day.